Hi everybody, welcome to Free Range Art Farm. My name is Thomas. So today we're going to take a look at my deadout hive. The colony, I found them a couple weeks ago. They were dead, and I believe it was probably from starvation, more likely than not. But we're going to just do a mite wash on them today and take a little bit closer look at the frames and see if maybe it was something else. But pretty sure it was starvation. 100% my fault. I just didn't have the time to get them fed. They were a late colony that actually started after our nectar flow was over, and I fed them, but they just did not get enough stores to make it, and I got out too late to give them extra food. At least that's my theory. So stand by and we'll find out together. All right, so let's see. There might be a bee or two in here, but when I came and checked this a couple weeks ago, it was being robbed out. So let's see what we've got. Alright, so this first frame, you can see they didn't even start to build comb. This is a 10 frame box, and you know, bees, they can survive in a nuke if they have the right resources and the right numbers. But here's a frame of comb with no resources whatsoever in it. Little cluster of bees here, and I see a lot of them just deep down into the cells. So that, to me, means a starvation thing. Oh, this other side is even more so. Look at all the little bee butts in there. Look at all that. Just looking to try and dig some resources. Here, I'll knock off all the ones that were clinging on, but look at them all. Just, this must have been one last place where there was some nectar, and they were just in there trying to get what they could. Yeah, I don't really see too much else in here. Same thing on this side. You can see there was a little bit of brood that was trying to emerge, but there probably weren't enough numbers to even get them to survive. They probably were underfed. Same thing on this frame. Bunch of girls just head down deep into those cells. I'm dropping bees everywhere. Same thing on this side. Same thing there. And then we're gonna see all the sadness at the bottom of this box. Look at all that. Just so many girls. I'm so sorry, babies. Poor girls. Let me get my readers on, because, you know, old eyes. And, yeah, poor babies. I don't feel like it was a mite issue. We're going to go ahead and do a mite wash. And then we'll see what we come up with. Let's see if I can... I mean, these bees are not... They're going to be too many bees. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of put in that half a cup full, and then we'll count them out later and make a double check of the count. But yeah, I don't really see any mites or anything at the bottom. I don't know. So I don't know if when a colony dies out, do the mites die out with them, or what happens? Let me know in the comments below if you know what happens when a colony dies out. But I don't see, visually I don't see any mites. Now they're small, hard to see. Obviously the scoop that I grabbed is just a very random sample. But let's go ahead and do a wash here. And I'm doing the Dawn Ultra. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, so let's dig through a little bit. I thought I spotted the queen when I was doing my inspection the other day when I discovered the deadout. But she dropped down. Which, that's fine. We don't have to find the queen. But I'm looking and I don't really see any mites. But I see I see very small bees. I see some bigger bees, but I see a lot of just tiny girls. To me, that means a starvation. I don't see any signs of deformed wing virus. I see some little pupa in here. Yeah, I don't really see. So my conclusion is kind of what I first suspected, is that it was starvation. And that is 100% on me. I just didn't get these girls enough feed to really get them strong enough before winter. All right, so let's see what's going on in this mite count here, this mite wash. 1. I see 1. Let me get over here. I see 1 mite. Only 1 mite. 1 mite. So, out of however many bees this is, this could be, way more than 300, right? So I might as well just scoop a bunch in and just do a massive amount of bees. Count these girls up. And we'll see if we drop any more mites. Normally I'd apologize to you girls because this kills you, but you're already not alive. There we go. All right. I'm making too many suds with this thing. I'm shaking it up too hard, but that's okay. We'll let them settle. Yeah, I see lots of bee parts. I see a lot of pollen and whatever stuff that came down, but I am not seeing any mites. So, and like I said, I'll let this settle some, but not seeing any mites. Any more than maybe 1. So, bottom line, these girls starved. And that's, that's all right. It happens. I'm a little bummed because this was a Buckfast queen, first gen Buckfast queen. At least that's what I was told when I bought it. My other first gen Buckfast queen that colony is still alive, and they were fed exactly the same and treated exactly the same as this colony. Just for whatever reason, this colony did not build and keep the stores. All right, well, gang, I think that's kind of the end of the video. I'm pretty confident that these girls starved. I don't see any sign of mites. I don't see any sign of hive beetle infestation, wax moth infestation. I don't see any signs of viruses. There's no foul brood. The colony was certainly robbed out if it even had any resources left, because there were robber bees in there when I discovered it last week. And it's certainly been robbed out since, if there were anything. But seeing all those bees just buried deep into that comb, head first, they were looking for resources. Like I said, I fed them exactly the same as my other Buckfast queen colony that I set up at the exact same time. These girls just didn't take and didn't build, and that happens. I should have gotten out here sooner and fed more and been a little more proactive, but life gets in the way sometimes, and sadly, this colony paid the price. I'm not super upset about it. It happens. I kind of wish it weren't the Buckfast queen, but that's okay. I got her for a pretty good deal, and she, they went out and they pollinated some stuff, and they did their part for the rest of the summer, so it's all good. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Please hit me up with comments. Feedback, opinions, whatever, and we'll have a discussion in the chat or in the comments section. So hit subscribe, thumbs up, all that junk, and we'll see you on the next one. Be good, be well, be safe, be happy, be true to yourselves, and as always, be mindful of the bees. We need them. Have a good one.